Hi everyone, I'm Paul Aliobua, and I want to thank you for jumping on this webinar with me today. I am so excited to be sharing all the great content we've got in store for you today. We're just going to wait another minute or two and give everyone a chance to jump on before we get started. Hi everyone, my name is Paul Aliobua, and I am so excited to be on this webinar with you here today. So thank you to every one of you for joining me on this webinar today. Are you guys as excited as I am for this? I sure hope so, because what we're going to be talking about today could very well change your life forever. I can tell you that it definitely changed mine. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, the reason we're all here today is so that you can learn how to master the essential skills necessary to earn a full-time income online. And you're going to receive the 5 key building blocks behind the internet's most lucrative business models, so that you never ever have to guess or fail online, which is exactly what you're all looking for, right? You want to be able to create that full-time income that allows you to call the shots, be your own boss, and work wherever and whenever you want. And you don't want to have to guess or, worse, fail with an online business model that simply doesn't work. Am I right? It's why we're all here right now on this webinar. So don't worry, because we're going to be diving into the 5 key building blocks very soon. And now, because of how important this information is, I really want you to make sure that you've eliminated all distractions, all right? Put your cell phone away, close any other open tabs you may have on your browser, shut the door, put your headphones on. Do whatever you've got to do so that you can really focus on this webinar and all the action-packed content I'm going to be sharing with you, okay? All right, everybody's good? Awesome. Now, just before we dive into the 5 key building blocks behind the internet's most lucrative business models, you're probably wondering, who is this Paul Aliobua person anyway? So let me tell you a little bit about me and how I got to be here on this webinar with you guys today. I first started trying to make money online back over 20 years ago. I actually came over to the US from Nigeria, but the rest of my family are all still back there in Nigeria. Here's a photo of them. And so I always knew that I had to get a good job here in the States so that I could make enough money to send some back to my family in Nigeria, because they were counting on me. That's why I went to school and studied hard and became an architect, so that I could bring in a salary that was big enough to allow me to send money back to my family. But the problem was that I never seemed to be able to make enough money to support my family, even on an architect's salary, which was pretty good, all things considered. That's when I started looking around for other ways to make money, and I found out about making money online. The idea excited me from the moment I discovered it. I wanted to be able to create another income stream that didn't take up all my time or require me to go and travel somewhere. Because I already had a full-time day job, I needed something that I could do alongside that. So I started studying and researching, and I started buying program after program after program. Except nothing worked. Nothing. Every single thing I tried failed in one way or another. And no product or program that I came across actually did for me what it said it would do, which left me with a really bitter taste in my mouth, to be perfectly honest. This went on for years and years as I worked my job as an architect during the day and then focused on learning about how to earn money online at night and sent back what I could to my family in Nigeria. But always I kept persevering, because I believed in the idea. I believed with 100% conviction that I could figure out how to do it and somehow be able to earn a full-time income that would match the salary I was getting as an architect. And I believed in myself, that I had the commitment and the dedication to figure it all out. For a long time, that belief was all I had. That is, until one day shortly after I retired from my career as an architect, when I finally discovered the way to make money online that actually worked for me. And after that day, my life was never the same. Which brings us to today, and the reason you're all here with me on this webinar right now. So you can learn how to master the essential skills necessary to earn a full-time income online. And look, guys, I really want to be honest with you here. I am not special. Just like I looked around and thought to myself, if someone else can do it, then I can too. I want you to be thinking the exact same thing. If I can do it, you can too. I've literally spent the last 20 years trying to figure out a way to earn real money online that actually worked for me. And the only reason I made it there was because I believed in myself and I believed it was possible. It doesn't matter how young or old you are or how much or how little you know about doing business online. Because I'm going to make sure you're going to have an even easier time than I did. Because I'm going to show you how to skip over all the mistakes I made, all the things I did wrong, so that you can take the shortcut, so to speak. Which is what you want, right guys? Does that sound good? All right, now is everyone ready to learn how to master the essential skills necessary to earn a full-time income online and discover the 5 key building blocks behind the internet's most lucrative business models? Awesome. That's amazing. This is what I love to see. Because honestly, once you've got these 5 building blocks in hand, you're never, ever going to have to guess or fail online. How does that sound? Pretty good? Great. Now, we're just about to get into these 5 key building blocks, everyone, and you're about to discover how these 5 fundamental pieces come together to create some of the internet's most lucrative business models. But just before we dive in, I want you to imagine something. Imagine for a second that you're finally earning a full-time income online. What does it look like? Well, for starters, you definitely don't have to work your day job anymore. You are your own boss. You can work wherever and whenever you want. You pretty much call all the shots. Imagine that for a second. What does it feel like? Does it feel amazing? Exhilarating? Does it feel like the greatest feeling in the world you could possibly imagine? Can you picture how happy you'll be when you've got that kind of financial and lifestyle freedom? How relaxed and stress-free will your life be? I really want you to picture it for a moment. Because here's the thing, if you want to do anything in business, it's so important to start with the end in mind. And the end you have in mind is to be able to earn a full-time income online and be 100% in control of your financial future, right? And look, I really want you to know, guys, it's 100% possible for you, yes, you, to start earning a full-time income online and much faster than you might think. And the best part is, with what I'm about to share with you, you can do it without having to risk your future on an unproven business model that's only going to set you up to fail, which is incredible, right? You're basically going to have an unfair advantage that 98% of the rest of the world will never get access to. So let me ask you, how excited are you right now? Are you pumped and ready to get into all of this? Awesome. I love the energy here. I really do. Now, before we move on, I want to take a second and introduce you to someone very, very special. Now, this person is someone who's very special not only to me, but to many other successful internet entrepreneurs all over the world as well. Because the truth is, this very special guy and his organization are 100% responsible for opening my eyes and teaching me the incredible internet business system you're about to discover. Now, his name is Jeff Lerner. He was once named one of the top 500 home business earners in the world, according to Business for Home. And he's the person who literally took me by the hand and coached me through every single step of the process of going from square one to the point where I became an incredibly wealthy and successful internet entrepreneur in my own right. And now it's not just me that he's done this for either. Far from it. Jeff has coached thousands of people all over the world and helped them realize the kind of incredible, life-changing online success that most people fantasize about but never actually achieve. He's been an incredible mentor to me who's transformed me in more ways than I can count. And as you're about to find out, he's one of those people who just has that special spark, that innate natural talent for inspiring every single person he meets, talks to, or works with. You know the kind of person I'm talking about, right? I'm sure you've all met one or two people like that at some point. The kind of person who leaves a mark everywhere they go and just has a never-ending passion for helping people, no matter who they are or what they do. And so trust me when I tell you that what Jeff has to share with you today can and will change your life. Because myself and all the other successful internet entrepreneurs that Jeff has coached and mentored are all the proof you need. I honestly shudder to think sometimes about how my life might have turned out had our paths not crossed, which is why I'm so excited about this webinar, because the exact same twist of fate that changed my life and my financial future forever is about to happen to you. Are you ready? All right, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to my coach, mentor, role model, and most importantly, my dear friend, Jeff Lerner.
Wow. Thank you so much for that incredible introduction, and thanks for having me here, guys. As mentioned, my name is Jeff Lerner, and I just want to say that I am so happy and excited to be here with you on this live webinar today, and to be able to share some of the insight that I've gained over close to a decade of doing business online. Now, you're probably wondering, well, who is this Jeff Lerner guy, and what exactly does he know about earning a full-time income online? So let me start with just a little bit about me and my story. I have been teaching people how to master the business fundamentals necessary to earn a life-changing full-time income on the internet since 2009. And my mission is to help the people that I work with build their business to a level where they can actually retire with it. See, I'm talking about a sustainable, long-term, and highly profitable business that works even when you don't. But as great as all that sounds, the fact is that my career in business sure as heck did not start out that way, because I had to learn some hard lessons about the way that business really works before I was able to find real success. But in the process, I discovered just how and why online businesses have made it easier than ever before for any dedicated person to earn a full-time income on the internet. Now, before I get into the specifics, I want to take a minute and just talk about the franchise business model. Now, you probably know what this business model is, right? You're familiar with it. McDonald's, Subway. These businesses are franchise businesses. And that means that they allow people to license their business model and to open their own franchise location by paying a franchising fee and then sharing a percentage of their revenue in what's called a royalty. And then in return, the franchisor provides everything that that person, the franchisee, needs in order to succeed. So the McDonald's or the Subway, these guys provide the actual business model and the operations manual, which is basically the step-by-step specifics of how to run the business. And then in return, the franchise owner pays the licensing or the franchise fee to buy into the business, and then they pay a percentage of revenue, royalties, for as long as they're in business. Now, it's important for you to understand that the franchise model brings some immense benefits to the table, and there's a lot we can learn from this. You see, the proven aspect of the business model, well, that reduces the learning curve significantly. See, there's absolutely no testing or experimentation that needs to be done because everything to do with the business has already been figured out. So this means the business owner or the franchisee, they can get things up and running quickly because really all they have to provide is the money. So, and in return, they get a step-by-step breakdown of how to hire people, where to order their inventory from, what to offer on the menu, how to price their offerings, how to market themselves, pretty much everything to do with that business. And these franchises have proven to be extremely profitable for a very long time, which is why businesses like Subway and McDonald's can charge anywhere from $300,000 to upwards of $1 million to own one of these businesses, because they know that once they hand you the keys, all you've really got to do is stick them in the lock and turn the key, and you'll have virtually guaranteed profits. And here's the best part. your franchisor is always invested in your success because after your franchise is up and running, you're going to be sharing royalties with them, right? So the franchisor wants to see you succeed because the more successful you are, the bigger their royalty checks are. So they're going to do a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to getting your business to run properly and turn a profit. You can think about it this way. A franchise business is literally a business in a box, and it's about as close as you get really to a sure thing in business. Does that make sense? Are you following along with me on this? And do you see why franchise businesses are so profitable? Okay, that's great. Now, we're going to move on and we're going to come back to me and my story. And to do that, we have to rewind back to the year 2007. So in 2007, I decided that I wanted to open up a pita sandwich shop. And this business was going to be a franchise, which means that I had to come up with the money to pay for the franchising fee. Now, something you may not realize is that while banks are usually really skeptical about lending large amounts of money to first-time entrepreneurs, and I was a first-time entrepreneur at that point, they're often very open to lending money to someone who's opening a franchise, even first-time entrepreneurs. Now, do you know why? It's because they know that the franchisor, the McDonald's or the Subway, or in my case, the pita company, is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting to ensure that the franchise is successful, like we said before, right? So that means that the business owner is probably not going to have much trouble paying back their loan. Makes sense, right? And now banks are smart. They know a good bet from a bad one, and they don't like to lend money to people that they don't think will be able to pay back that money, which is why they're very selective about who they lend hundreds of thousands of dollars to. But because I was opening a franchise, the bank was happy to lend me the $300,000 that I needed to open my pita sandwich shop. Now, we've talked about the franchising fee, but there's a lot more to starting a franchise than just the fee. See, I also had to deal with my hard costs. Now, these are things like employees, insurance, rent, utilities, food, and lots of other stuff. And if you've ever owned a business, you know about these hard costs. And in my case, the hard costs of operating my pita sandwich shop were about $30,000 a month. So that means that I needed to make $30,000 in sales every single month just to cover my expenses. And then when you factor in the royalties that I had to pay to the franchisor, along with other types of expenses, really only about 50% of whatever I made over $30,000 was actual profit. It's hard to believe, right? It's pretty expensive to run a brick-and-mortar business. And I know that, but trust me, it's the truth. And it's why a traditional brick-and-mortar business is a lot riskier than most people realize. So coming back to my pita shop, that means that if I brought in $40,000 in gross monthly income, I only got to take home about $5,000. $30,000 of the $40,000 was just to break even, and then 50% of what I made on top of that went to royalties and other costs, leaving me with just $5,000. Now, I want you to think about something else. When you're selling $4 to $5 pita sandwiches and maybe getting an extra buck for chips and a drink, how many sandwiches do you think it takes to generate $40,000 in income? The answer is a lot of sandwiches. And the truth is, selling those $4 to $5 sandwiches is not really where I made my money. You see, where I made my money was in the higher ticket catering sales. See, local corporate businesses would hire us to cater their events and their business functions. And this allowed my pita sandwich shop to make some higher ticket sales of several $1,000s at a single time, which went a long way toward paying all the business's hard costs and the interest on my bank loan. And look, the truth is that really no business can count on low ticket front end sales to make large scale profits. It's just not possible in most cases. You need higher ticket sales to generate large scale life changing profits. Which is why when the economic crash hit in 2008, I lost everything. But here's the thing. It wasn't because people stopped buying pita sandwiches. It was because all the local corporations that we were catering for, or in other words, all of our high-ticket customers, well, they got hit hard. They started laying off employees, and they stopped paying for catered food at their events. See, I had lost my high-ticket back-end piece of my business. And here's the lesson. And it's true of most business models, including even the so-called sure thing franchise business models. Your front-end, lower-cost sales will pay most of your bills. Most, but not all. To pay the last bit of your hard costs and to actually make any money as the owner, you typically have to have back-end, higher value sales. So even though I was still selling hundreds of $4 sandwiches a day, without the back end, I couldn't keep up. And it wasn't long before I missed the first lease payment. And in less time than it took to even get my business started, I defaulted on my bank loan and I lost everything. The bank seized all my assets, they froze all my accounts, and they basically crushed my entire business in the blink of an eye. And at the end of it all, I had nothing left but a little bit of cash that I had been sitting in the store safe. So I took that cash home in a paper bag. I couldn't even take it to the bank because the accounts were frozen. And as soon as I got home, I started searching online for new options. Something told me that the internet was really the only place that I could turn at that point. And as it turns out, I was about to get really lucky because while I was searching online, I came across some incredible business training that offered the potential to make some really good money promoting it. The only thing was that I was going to have to dump basically every dollar that I had left into the advertising for this new business if I was going to have any chance at succeeding. So I swallowed my pride. I did my best to quell my butterflies, and I took the plunge. And looking back, it was a gamble that changed my life forever. And it was in my first month promoting this business training that I made my first $1,000 online. And after that, things were never the same. Because see, I had made more profit in one day, on that day, than I had made in an entire month in my brick-and-mortar business. My second month, I made a little over $2,000. My third month, I made a little over $4,000. And by the end of my first year, I had made over $400,000, which allowed me to square away all my debts from my brick-and-mortar franchise. And the next year, I went on to hit 7 figures in income because I simply followed the system diligently and daily. And in return, the system rewarded me handsomely for my hard work. See, I had gone from being $400,000 in debt with no clue what to do to making 7 figures online just 2 years later. Now that's pretty amazing, right? Have any of you experienced any similar financial struggles? And wouldn't it be incredible to be able to turn that around and start earning a 6 or 7 figure income online? Come on, it would be, right? Now, if you think that sounds exciting, let me see you say yes in the comments. Awesome, everybody. I love seeing how pumped you all are here. And I can tell you from experience, it is incredible and it's very possible. Now, I can tell you're all itching to really get into it now and to find out exactly how to master the essential skills necessary to actually earn a full-time income online. So in parting, let me just say this. What you're about to learn will change your life. And how do I know? Not only because it's happened for me, but because I've seen it happen time and time again with the people that I work with. People who are able to master these essential skills and to leverage these 5 key building blocks that you're about to learn and start earning a real full-time income online. And it seems so much more realistic now, doesn't it? See, once you see the pieces of the puzzle and how they fit together, it makes a lot more sense, right? Okay, awesome. Well, listen, guys, that's going to be it for me. And before I hand things back over to you, I just want to thank you all for being here today and taking the time to invest in yourselves. Okay, I'm handing it back to you. Thank you so much for having me on here.
Thanks, Jeff. All I can say is, wow. Every time I hear Jeff speak, I always come away feeling more motivated and inspired than ever before. And I'm guessing you're all feeling the same way, right? That's why it's so important to connect with people like Jeff, because they honestly have the ability to change your life. So, now that you all understand just how much is possible when you apply sound business and marketing principles with a proven business model, let's get into building block number 1, which is that no business can survive without great traffic. Now, I want you to think about a traditional brick-and-mortar store for a second, okay? Every time someone walks by the store or has any kind of visual interaction with the store or with an ad of theirs, this is what's called an impression. And when anyone actually enters the store, that's what's considered to be a lead. Offers are any solicitation of a product by a business to a lead. And leads who purchase offers become buyers. Now, online, you get charged for advertising either by impressions or by clicks. But no matter which option you choose, your goal is simple: to get as many people or traffic into your store as possible for as little as possible. Makes sense, right? You want to get as many people in the door as possible to increase the number of sales you can make. And you want to be getting those people in the door as cheaply as possible. This is how you maximize your profits. The more traffic you get, the more sales you make, right? And the less you pay for that traffic, the more you profit, right? That all makes sense? All right. Now, the problem with traffic for a traditional brick-and-mortar store is that you can't necessarily pick and choose the kind of traffic you want. Because if you open up a pizza shop in the middle of a cornfield in Iowa, well, you're going to get a lot of farmers, whether you like it or not. But if you open up a pizza shop in downtown Chicago, now we're talking. Because your pizza shop in downtown Chicago is going to be a lot more likely to attract a bunch of hungry pizza lovers. Because that's exactly where they are. They're in Chicago. Traffic for online businesses works differently and actually gives all of us online business owners a huge leg up, because we can pick and choose our traffic. Most online advertising platforms like Facebook, Google, and others have very complex targeting options that allow you to specify exactly what kind of person you want to walk into your online store. This leads to a much higher conversion rate, which is just the rate at which you're able to convert impressions or clicks into leads, and then convert those leads into buyers. And this means more profit for your business, plain and simple. Do you see how that works? If you're thinking about it for a second, you are actually a perfect example of this building block in action. You're here on this webinar because we wanted passionate and motivated people who are ready to start their own online business so they can earn a life-changing income while providing massive value to the world at the same time. Isn't that cool? And so that's why the first building block behind all of the most lucrative internet business models is understanding that no business can survive without great traffic. All right, we're going to move on to building block number 2 now, which is that to make full-time money online, you need a high-converting sales funnel. Now, you're probably wondering what a sales funnel is, and so let me ask you, have you ever been to McDonald's to get a hamburger only to get upsold on a fries and a Coke? That's a sales funnel. You see, McDonald's hardly makes any profit on that hamburger because they have to pay, on average, $1.91 just to get you in the door. And the burger only costs $2.09. That's just 18 cents in profit. But when they sell you the fries and the Coke along with your burger for an extra $1.77, they make an extra $1.32 in profit. That's a total of 8 times the profit of the initial sale. And that's why you need a sales funnel to make full-time money online. Because if you've got just one product to sell after you recover your advertising costs, you might be surprised to find that there isn't much money left over. Here's another way to think about this. If you only have one product to sell to your customers, how can you increase the amount of money your business makes? There's only one way you can do it, and it's by acquiring more customers. When a customer comes in and buys the only product you have to sell them, that's it. You can't make any more money from that customer. But if instead you have multiple products that are related, that complement each other, that increase or amplify how fast someone can get the results you're promising them, then you can make a lot more money. There's a universal truth of marketing and sales that I want to share with you that most people don't realize, and it's this. It's much, much easier to sell additional products to an existing customer than it is to sell a new customer for the first time. Can you see the power of that? Do you understand why that is? I'll tell you why. It's because your existing customers, the people who have already bought from you, they've already indicated that they trust you. They trust you enough to pull out their credit card and purchase something from you. They've already been through your sales process and they're satisfied with what they got, which makes them 100 times more likely to buy from you again, compared to someone who has never heard of you or what you're selling. So, when you have a high-converting sales funnel working for your business, there are two more ways you can make more money besides acquiring more customers. The first is by increasing how often each customer buys. Instead of buying from you one time and then walking away, you can get your customers to come back again and again to buy from you. That's the first way you can increase how much money you make. The second way is by increasing how much each customer spends every time they buy from you. How do you do that? With upsells, by offering your customers a mix of products at different price points, and gradually making higher and higher priced offers to customers who continue to buy from you. You can dramatically increase your DPL, which stands for dollars per lead. So just to recap, if you only sell one product, the only way you can increase your income is by acquiring more customers. But if you have a high converting sales funnel, you can increase it in 3 different ways. Number 1, acquiring more customers. Number 2, increase how often customers buy. Number 3, increasing how much customers spend each time they buy. And now we've skipped over one of the best parts about sales funnels, which is that on the internet, sales funnels are 100% automated. An online sales funnel is an automated process that allows you to turn your leads, people who have indicated they're interested in what you have to offer, into buyers, and turning those buyers into repeat buyers. And now, in case you missed the operative word here, it's automated. That's the beautiful thing. And it's precisely why this is such an important power of harnessing the internet to create lifestyle and financial freedom for yourself. Because once you set up a sales funnel, it runs completely on its own, which means this entire process of attracting leads, converting them into buyers, and then convincing them to buy from you again and again is all happening no matter what you happen to be doing. Let's take a look at what a sales funnel actually looks like so you can understand this a little better. First up, we have an opt-in page, where someone provides you with their email address in exchange for something of value, like a free ebook or free video. From there, you immediately make them a high-value, low-ticket offer. Now, what does that look like? Well, it depends what market you're in, but it generally means a product that's under $100. The goal is to create an irresistible offer, something they can't afford to turn down. From there, you continue to make offers at higher and higher price points. Now, the beautiful part about how this works is it allows your customers to upgrade their relationship with you at their choosing. They're essentially self-selecting themselves because you're getting them to raise their hand each and every time you make them an offer. And every one of those customers who takes advantage of that offer and buys it is raising their hand and saying, "Yes, I want more." Now, I hope you haven't forgotten the most important part about all this, which is that this runs 100% on autopilot. Once you've got your sales funnel set up, it's working for you day and night, no matter whether you're at the computer, eating, sleeping, traveling, or out there just enjoying life. Your sales funnel is hard at work, converting leads into buyers and buyers into repeat buyers. This is critical because if you want to achieve unlimited lifestyle freedom and earn a life-changing income online, then you need a way to make money regardless of what you're doing in that exact moment. And that's precisely what a great sales funnel will do for you. This is exactly how the most lucrative online businesses work. Do you see how powerful that is? Can you see how quickly this stuff could change your life? Can you imagine rolling out of bed in the morning, firing up your laptop and seeing that you made 10, 20, 50, 100, or even 1,000 sales overnight while you were sleeping? How great would that feel? Amazing, right? That is what it means to be an entrepreneur, guys. To own a real business that pays you no matter what you're doing and whether you're working or not. And if you want to achieve the kind of lifestyle and financial freedom you really want, you've got to create something that will pay you no matter what you're doing. That's why understanding how a sales funnel makes sales for you 100% on autopilot is so important. And I'm sure you're starting to see that now and understand just how much this stuff can change your life, right? Okay, so now it's time to move on to building block number 3. And building block number 3 is that the best sales funnels also act as filters to keep certain people out. Now, how does a great sales funnel act as a filter, and why do we want to keep certain people out? For starters, no matter what business you're in, you should know who your ideal customer is. This is the person for whom your product or service was made for. The person who's going to receive the maximum benefit from your product or service. The person whose problems are solved by your product or service. And there is an ideal customer for every single business out there, which means that one of the most important goals of your sales funnel is to attract as many of those ideal customers as possible. And on the flip side, it must also keep as many non-ideal customers out. You see, if your sales funnel attracts and allows unqualified people who are not your ideal customers to pass through, then your business is going to suffer because these people are not who your products or services are meant for, which means that both parties lose. But when your sales funnel works properly and prevents these people from passing through, then it ensures that only the right people proceed to actually work with you, your ideal customers. And this means that because you're only working with the ideal customer for your product or service, you can deliver better results, and your customers are going to be much happier as a result. This means you'll be able to collect more testimonials and social proof that demonstrate the power of your product or service. And you'll have the power of word of mouth working for you too, as happy customers are much more likely to recommend you to their friends, family, and the rest of their extended network. All of this comes together to mean one thing for your business: more customers and more profits. Now, I mentioned earlier that every single one of you in here on this webinar with me today is a perfect example of our traffic strategies at work. But let's talk about the flip side for a second. Who are we trying to keep out of this webinar? Dabblers, toe dippers, and tire kickers. Why do we want to keep these people out? Because these folks aren't actually serious about starting their own business. They're people who aren't going to take this training seriously. But then they'll turn around and tell everyone who will listen that it doesn't work. That's who we don't want in any part of our sales funnel. And we design all of our marketing materials specifically to communicate to these people that they're better off going somewhere else. Does that make sense? Can you see why you want to keep certain kinds of people out of your sales funnel? All right, great. That's awesome, everybody. Honestly, this is what I love to see. I can tell everyone is really getting into this. Okay, now we're moving on to building block number 4, which is that the fortune is in the follow-up. Before I dive into this one, I want to ask you something. When you buy something, what happens? Seriously, I'm asking you, what happens after you buy something? You get a confirmation or a receipt, you get tracking information if you purchased a physical product. You might get asked to fill out a survey on your experience. But most importantly, if the business you purchased the product from has a proper sales funnel in place, then you'll receive information about additional products. Now here's something most people don't realize about doing business online. Almost all higher ticket sales, which are generally products that are priced above $500, happen after a relationship has been established. And that's because it takes time to establish trust, which is what you need to sell high-ticket products or services successfully. You need your customers to trust you, and you need to give them some time to upgrade their relationship with you, one step at a time. That's why follow-up is so important for any online business, because you can't sell someone a $10,000 product on a one-time cold call. But you can sell someone a $10,000 product when they have purchased something from you already and had a positive buying experience, feel like they actually got what they paid for, have been educated on why your $10,000 product is exactly what they need. Once you've built up rapport and trust with somebody, and you've shown them that you do actually have their best interests at heart, then they'll be happy to buy a product that costs $10,000 or more from you. This is all what can be achieved by well-executed follow-up. And as we're going to continue discussing in a minute when we talk about building block number 5, the reason that fortune is in well-executed follow-up is because the real profits aren't in the first sale you make to a customer. They're in the second, third, and fourth sales of higher ticket products that come after the relationship has been established. And when you have a perfect blend of lower ticket and higher ticket products combined with great follow-up, your potential to generate sales is practically limitless. Can you see why that is? Can you understand why you've got to put the work in and follow up with someone via email and over the phone before you can sell them a $10,000 or $20,000 product? Can you start to see just how powerful the right follow-up can be? Amazing. I love the enthusiasm I'm seeing here. I absolutely love it. And to be honest, this is exactly why I do what I do, because I live for this stuff and I love seeing everybody so into this. Okay, so we've covered 4 out of our 5 building blocks already, which means that it's time for the 5th and final one. And building block number 5 is this. The most successful businesses leverage a proven product mix to maximize their profits. Now, for those of you who've been paying close attention and taking notes, you're probably starting to see how this all comes together, right? All right, so to understand why the most successful businesses need to leverage a proven product mix to maximize their profits, we're going to do a little crash course on traditional affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing works like this. A product creator or product owner wants to make more sales of his products. So to do that, he offers to pay affiliates a commission for any sales they make of his product. And just to be clear, the term affiliates just refers to anyone who's willing to sell the product in question. So the way it works is this. Let's say you sign up to promote an ebook on how to improve your golf swing as an affiliate. And believe me, I could really use that book. The creator of the ebook offers to pay you a commission for each sale you make of his ebook. And to track your sales, you get an affiliate link with a tracking ID that is unique to you. He supplies the product and you supply the traffic. And when a sale is made to someone that you sent to that offer via your affiliate link, you generate a commission. Sounds pretty good, right? It saves you from having to create your own products and build out your own sales funnel. But here's the thing. We now know that the real profits are in the back end, in making repeat sales to existing customers by offering them higher priced products than the initial offer that got them in the door. So think about this for a second. You, the affiliate, are doing all the legwork, all the heavy lifting to find these people and drive traffic to this person's offer. In return, you're paid a commission for each sale. And if we're talking about an ebook that costs $19.95, then you could expect to be paid at least $10 for each sale you make, which is basically a commission rate of 50%. Now think about this for a second. If you're making $10 per sale of this ebook, how many sales is it going to take for you to earn, say, $5,000 a month? Well, if you're only making $10 a sale, you'd need to make 500 sales every month just to earn $5,000 in monthly income. And that is a lot of sales. That's 500 brand new customers you're creating each and every month, which is no joke. Even if you were getting 5 times as much per sale, even if you were making $50 per sale, you'd still need to make 100 sales every month just to make $5,000. And guess what? In the meantime, you're handing buyers over to the product creator. Buyers who are going to go on to spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars in repeat purchases. And what cut are you getting of those subsequent repeat purchases? Zero. Zip. You're not seeing any of those back-end profits. And let's not forget that driving traffic, which you can do through free channels like social media, but in this case, you'd most likely be promoting your affiliate offers by running paid advertisements, is getting more and more expensive every day. So when you factor those expenses into your tiny slice of the pie, it becomes pretty clear that you're really getting the short end of the stick here, doesn't it? Can you see how this traditional low-ticket affiliate marketing model makes it incredibly difficult to earn any real money and generate a full-time income online? This example demonstrates why the most successful businesses leverage a proven product mix. A product mix that includes a blend of lower-ticket and higher-ticket products that allows them to maximize the value of each and every customer that comes through the door, because it allows them to get as many people in the door with an irresistible low-ticket but extremely high-value offer, and then builds on the trust and rapport that is established by that initial purchase by offering higher ticket offerings that generate way more profit for everyone involved, from the affiliates to the product creator or business owner. You understand that now, right? Now, can you imagine how long it would take you to build up to the point where you're making $5,000 every month in a traditional affiliate marketing business? What about $10,000 a month or $50,000 a month? It would take forever, because how are you supposed to reach those income levels when you're only making $10 a sale and you're not getting a piece of any of those lucrative back-end commissions? The answer is, as I'm sure has become clear to some of you as we've been going through this training, is with high-ticket or top-tier affiliate marketing. In contrast to the traditional low-ticket model, high-ticket affiliate marketing involves promoting incredibly well-packaged, high-value offers that sell for $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, or even more. All of a sudden, your 50% commission rate goes from being worth $10 a sale to being worth $10,000 a sale. Now that's real money, right? Imagine if you were able to make a $10,000 commission off of one single sale. Imagine if you could even make just $1,000 a sale. Wouldn't that be amazing to be able to make $1,000 for a single sale? Can you see how quickly your income would grow if you were making that much for every affiliate sale you made? And here's the best part. With high-ticket affiliate marketing, you can position yourself to earn a commission on every sale that is made to your leads, including on the back end. This means that each and every lead you generate could be worth $5,000, $10,000, or even $20,000 to you, because you're getting a commission off all the back end purchases they make, even after you've been paid a commission for their initial purchase. And the truth is, all the best high-ticket affiliate marketing systems out there literally invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in split testing to make sure that every single step of their sales funnel is converting well and actually producing results. And that includes hiring expert phone sales teams to make those follow-up phone calls, develop those relationships, and convert those leads into high-ticket sales. So think about this for a second. Imagine if you positioned yourself to become part of a high-ticket affiliate marketing system that leveraged a proven product mix in combination with a fully split-tested, high-converting sales funnel that also included expert phone salespeople who essentially do all the selling for you. And instead of every sale being worth $10 to you, every sale is worth $1,000 minimum. And instead of having to do all the legwork and all the heavy lifting to actually find new customers, only to watch the product creator collect all the back-end profits, you got a slice of all those back-end profits too. Can you imagine how great that would be? Can you imagine generating one single lead who went on to buy a $2,500 product, a $5,000 product, a $10,000 product, and even a $20,000 product? That would be almost $20,000 to you in commissions, all from one single lead. Now, remember, you're doing the exact same amount of work as with traditional low-ticket affiliate marketing, but instead, you're making big money immediately. It sounds amazing, right? Just the thought of it and the potential it has probably sends a little chill down your spine, right? It's like you can almost taste it. The feeling of waking up in the morning and opening up a commission check for $5,000 or $10,000. That would be life-changing, right? Now, let me ask you a question. What if you had the chance to position yourself to become part of a high-ticket affiliate marketing system like I just described? What if you had the ability to turn your yearly income into your monthly income and start earning a full-time six-figure salary online from home? Is that something you'd want to jump on right away? Is that something you'd be prepared to take full advantage of? That's great, everyone. I can see lots of you saying yes, and I love it. Because I'll be honest with you here. The 5 building blocks that I've just shared with you actually make up the entire internet business system that's responsible for the most lucrative and successful businesses online. It's called the T3FP system, and it stands for traffic, funnels, filters, follow-up, product mix. And now that you've learned just how powerful this system can be when it's applied properly by people who fully understand how to use it, I've got something very, very exclusive to share with you today. This is a chance for you to leverage a proven business model and start earning a life-changing income online through the T3FP system you've just been introduced to. And let me be clear, I'm talking about the kind of income that allows you to do whatever you want, whenever you want. Are you ready for this? Are you excited about what this could mean for your life and your financial future? Awesome. That's great, everyone. That's great. Okay, the incredible system I'm talking about is called the 16 Steps to Six Figures Proprietary Training and Live Coaching System. This advanced and proprietary business training system is your ticket to earning a six-figure income online and gaining the kind of financial and lifestyle freedom that most people can only dream about, all by using the T3FP system that you've just learned about for the first time. Now, 16 Steps to Six Figures is broken down into small bite-sized modules that are all designed to show you how to quickly go from being someone who's just starting at square one to someone who's earning a six-figure full-time income online, all from the comfort of your own home. Because the fact is that inside 16 Steps to Six Figures, you're going to learn exactly how you can start earning a life-changing income online by using the T3FP system. And as I mentioned, the training is broken down into 16 bite-sized modules, which are as follows. Step number 1, the not-so-secret formula of online millionaires. Step 2, the number 1 skill that separates successful marketers from those who fail. Step number 3, how the 1%ers get and stay wealthy and how you can copy them. Step number 4, how to identify the right niche where you can make a minimum of $100,000 in the next 12 months, or a lot more. Step number 5, 5 things I learned from owning a franchise and how they made me millions online. Step number 6A, choosing the right business model for you to make 6 figures this year. Step number 6B, discover the product that pays you your first $1,000 commission fast. Step number 7, time to get really honest. Step number 8, how I went from $110 to $66,000 per month with 2 tiny secrets. Step number 9, the $100,000 lesson from the King Lobster. Step number 10, how to become the valuable product people beg to buy. Step number 11, the ultimate automated passive income sales machine. How to create your own high-ticket, high-conversion webinar. Step number 12, your $1 million launchpad. Step number 13, transcending to your $1 million launch pad. Step number 14, how to overcome objections. Step number 15, traffic training, marketing fast start. Step number 16, e-wallet setup and how to get paid. So, as you can see, the entire process of going from $0 to earning six figures online has been broken down into simple, bite-sized pieces for you. It includes absolutely everything you'll need to quickly ramp up to that dream six-figure online income. And even if you've got absolutely no business or internet marketing experience, this system is going to teach you the exact same principles and strategies that thousands of people all over the world are using to make millions with our system. Have a look and see what other people who've already made the leap and gotten started with 16 steps to six figures have to say about it. I have never experienced anything like this system. Not only is this an amazing place to make money, but the founders actually take you from where you are and pull you into the person you were created to be. Katie Acosta. This system has provided the tools and opportunities for anyone willing to do the work to succeed. That's all I've ever wanted, and I found it with this system. From exquisite training to legitimate motivation to a caring and competent leadership and staff, it's all there. Put those shiny objects in the closet for later, or maybe even for good, and take a good hard look at this system. I firmly believe you'll be glad you did. Steve Reiner. We sure wish this business model was available when we were raising kids. We would have had more time to be the hands-on parents everyone wants to be, traveling with them all over the world and spending time teaching them our own values. This system is unlike anything else, and it allows us to build a legacy. Linda Hamilton. So now that you know a little bit more about 16 steps to six figures and what it's done for other people who have made the decision to invest in it, I want you to stop for a second and imagine something. Imagine waking up in the morning, rolling out of bed and sitting down at your desk with a hot cup of coffee in hand, firing up your laptop and seeing thousands of dollars in new sales that just came in overnight. How would that make you feel? Would it send chills down your spine? Just think about how you'd feel sitting there sipping on your coffee, knowing that you just had a $1,000 night, all while you were sound asleep. It would be incredible, right? Now, let me tell you one of the very few things that I know with absolute certainty is that the feeling I'm talking about, the feeling I'm asking you to imagine right now, can completely and utterly transform your life in the blink of an eye. And honestly, that's something you literally can't put a price on. Because earning a six-figure salary isn't really about the money, right? It's about what the money can buy. And what that money can buy is freedom. Freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. To live, work, and travel anywhere in the world at any time. And so while the system is called 16 Steps to Six Figures for a reason, the fact is that what this training can do for you is worth much, much more than $100,000. But I'll tell you right now, because you've invested your time in being on this webinar with us today, and you've demonstrated how serious you are about transforming your life and your financial future, you're about to get the chance to invest in our system for a whole lot less than that. That's because I know just how hard you're willing to work to get there. So look, before we move on to exactly how you can get started with 16 steps to six figures today, let me be straight up with you about something. We cannot make any kind of income guarantees and tell you that you're guaranteed to make a certain amount simply because this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? This does require some effort and hard work, and I want to be crystal clear on that. But look, if you can follow a series of simple steps and commit yourself to taking massive action and following the simple step-by-step system we've laid out for you, then the truth is the only limit on how much money you can make is how much effort you want to put in. That's it. Because Jeff and I have honestly seen thousands of internet marketing newbies from all over the world move through this training and go from never having made even $1 online to earning a full-time six-figure salary and without ever having to even leave the house. And now, like I said, despite the fact that we could probably charge upwards of $5,000 to $10,000 just to let you invest in 16 steps to six figures and still have tons of new members get started right away, I'm not going to ask you to invest that much to get started today. In fact, I'm not going to ask you to invest even half that much. Because if you're prepared to take action now and invest in 16 steps to six figures, which is valued at $497 right away, you'll get instant access for only $99. Now, I know that sounds like it's almost too good to be true. So let me just break down everything you'll get if you take action today. If you invest today, you'll get access to all the action-packed 16 Steps to Six Figures video trainings, which include absolutely everything you need to know in order to quickly start earning a six-figure income online with the T3FP system. But it gets better because you'll also get access to our live coaching system. Our live coaching system is your chance to be taken by the hand and receive real live coaching. Now, this is a real game changer because this is how you can actually guarantee your success and make sure that you fully understand exactly how to implement the T3FP system so you can start earning full-time income online. So, not only are you going to get access to all the fundamental business training you need to successfully implement all 16 steps of 16 steps to six figures, but you're also going to have an expert coach walking you through every single step of the way. That means you won't get left behind, and you won't have to figure out how it all works on your own. You're going to have all the support you need to ensure that you're 100% successful with the T3FP system and that you're perfectly positioned to start earning that full-time six-figure online income. Remember our promise to you. We want to make sure you never ever have to guess or fail online ever again. That's why you're going to receive 3 live coaching sessions when you invest in 16 steps to six figures today to make sure that you have absolutely everything you need to transform your life and your financial future forever. So now, as if all this wasn't reason enough to jump and get started with 16 steps to six figures right away, I'm going to give you another reason to get started right now. Here it is. If you're one of the first 10 motivated action takers who get started from this webinar today, you'll get a chance to save 50% and invest in the training for just $49. And guess what? It doesn't stop there, because I'm going to throw in another even more valuable bonus for those first 10 people who take action, which is a free 20-minute strategy call with me, ordinarily worth $99. On your free strategy call, you'll be able to jump on and chat with me directly, ask questions, get answers, and more importantly, learn from my incredibly successful experience using the powerful T3FP system you've just been introduced to. But remember, only the first 10 action takers who invest today will get access to the 50% savings plus the 100% free bonus. So go ahead and click on the button below right now, or visit www.successtowin.com to invest in 16 steps to six figures today. Now, I want to stop for a second and consider something. If all this did for you was give you a way to earn an extra $3,000 to $5,000 per month, would it be worth it? And here's the truth. There are a ton of amazing places all over the world where you can live like a king on $3,000 to $5,000 a month. So really think about that for a minute. Imagine you could upgrade your quality of life, travel the world, and save money at the same time. That would be amazing, right? That's the dream, isn't it? It's the reason you're on this webinar, right? Because you want to be able to have the financial freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. You want to be your own boss. You want to call your own shots. And you want to be able to design the lifestyle of your dreams from the ground up, right? I know you do, because otherwise you wouldn't have made the time to be here. there and be present on this webinar and be soaking up all this important information. Now, let's hear from a few more people who made the decision to invest in 16 steps to six figures. The only regret I have about 16 steps to six figures is that I didn't join sooner. Up until my decision to apply, I'd been marketing online for a year and hadn't been seeing the results. This system doesn't give you empty promises. They actually deliver. They're the best I've seen in this business. David Buskirk. I struggled over the last 8 years to find just one company that I could be a part of that actually allowed me to work part-time on my own schedule from home on my computer, where I did not have to hit my friends and family to succeed. Not only have I earned more with 16 steps to six figures than any of these other home-based companies, but I've only been involved for a short amount of time. Everything is done for you. All you need to do is take action. That's unheard of in any other company. Lars Persson. 16 steps to six figures has given me the opportunity to build a business that I own while still working full-time. The organization's brass is filled with positive energy, unlimited resources, great innovation, and top-quality marketing. I have taken the biggest leap of my entrepreneurial career, and it's all due to this amazing system. Lloyd Nolan. Incredible, uplifting stories, right? It's always amazing to hear from people who have made the decision to invest in 16 steps to six figures and actually follow through the steps to see the results. That's why I'm asking you to click on the button below right now or go to www.successtowin.com and invest in 16 steps to six figures right away. And now don't forget, if you're one of the first 10 people who invest right now, you'll save 50% on your investment and only pay $49 instead of the regular $99. Plus, you'll get the chance to have a 20-minute free strategy call with me. That's a total value of $596, but you'll only pay $49 if you act right now. So don't miss out on this special time-sensitive offer. Take action now, guys, because honestly, this is a once-in-a-lifetime decision that has the potential to dramatically change your life. That's why I want you to click the button below now or go to www.successtowin.com so you can take this all-important first step toward achieving unlimited lifestyle and financial freedom. And now, if you're still on the fence and wondering whether this system is right for you and whether now is the right time to pull the trigger, I want to ask you something. Have you ever read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Well, in case you haven't, in the book, the author, Robert Kiyosaki, talks about how poor people tend to buy liabilities, while rich people always buy assets. Liabilities are things that cost us money, while assets are things that create more money for us. What I'm asking you to do today is invest in purchasing an asset for yourself. This is something that is going to create even more money for you. And so I want you to divert some of the money you would normally set aside for disposable income to spend on things like food, clothes, or going to the movies, and use that money to invest in an asset. If you ever want to become truly wealthy, you've got to start by buying assets. And there's no better place to start than right here by signing up for our 16 Steps to Six Figures proprietary training and live coaching system. That makes sense, right? Buying assets instead of liabilities. You guys understand the difference, right? And how it will help you actually acquire wealth and get rich? Awesome. So look, now it's time to make the decision you know is best for your financial future and get started with 16 steps to six figures by clicking the button below or going to www.successtowin.com. You could still have a chance to be one of the first 10 action takers and save 50% on your investment. Plus, cash in on the massive value included with your free strategy call with me. Honestly, this could be the most important decision you ever make in life, and a turning point you look back on for the rest of your days. And look, everyone, one thing that a lot of people don't appreciate is that part of this whole process of upgrading your lifestyle and creating massive amounts of financial freedom for yourself is breaking old habits, because you've been through this before, right? Oh, I know you're fired up right now, but how many times have you gotten fired up about something only to not do anything about it the next day? Probably more than once, right? And most times, you probably don't even think about it too much afterwards, right? And that's because old habits are really hard to break. But that's exactly what we have to do right now. Otherwise, you're just going to slide right back to your default. If you don't take action now, you're taking the risk that you could wake up tomorrow morning and just pretend to go on with your life, as if you hadn't seen this webinar and learned about this incredible system that's just become available to you. And look, we both know that you're not satisfied with where you are right now. You want more lifestyle freedom, more financial freedom, more control, right? Don't you? I know you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So the only way to solve this problem for good is to invest right now. Because this is honestly a once-in-a-lifetime chance to upgrade your life from top to bottom that you have created for yourself. And you owe it to yourself to see this through and take full and complete advantage of this incredible offer. So click the button right now, guys, or go to www.successtowin.com so you can take full advantage of all the incredible bonuses we've got in store for you. This is your ticket to a lifetime of financial freedom and stability, and you'll be able to do it with nothing more than a laptop and internet connection, guys, and enjoy a quality of life that the other 99% of the world's population can only dream about. All right, everyone, that's it for the webinar. Make sure to click the button below right now or go to www.successtowin.com so you can get started with 16 steps to six figures right away. Because right now, you may be struggling. You may want more, and you should. You may be struggling with having to put in 40 hours every week and not getting paid what you deserve. You may be struggling with not having the time or the money to do what you really want in life. You may be just struggling with the concept of giving up all your best years to work for someone else and to help make their dreams come true. But regardless of whatever you may be struggling with right now, when you take advantage of this incredible offer, all that stuff is gone. I'm talking completely disappeared, as in you'll look back on this period of your life and think, wow, I can't believe I struggled with all that stuff for so long before I finally did something about it. So take advantage of this final window of opportunity and click the button below now. Or go to www.successtowin.com so you can get started right away. Make that all-important leap of faith, because you still have a chance to be one of those first 10 action takers and get to save 50% on top of being able to jump on that free 20-minute strategy call with me. So make the decision to invest in 16 steps to six figures today by clicking the button below or going to www.successtowin.com right now. All right? Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for making the time to join me on this webinar today. And I can't wait to see you on the other side.